and Uwak Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish the Maritime University of Nigeria, Oron, to transfer to the university the properties of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, and for other matters related thereto, be read for a second time. I so move. My respected colleagues, Uwak is my name. My honorable colleagues, the shipping industry is vital to any nation, so much so the Nigerian nation. The shipping industry is the bedrock of our oil and gas industry, particularly the offshore. It is the vehicle for our petrol-based exports and also the importation of raw materials and finished goods. This is why our ports are self-styled gateways to the nation's economy. Honorable colleagues, Nigeria has a vast potential of 853 kilometers of coastline and about 9,000 kilometers of inland waterways, of which almost a third of it is navigable. Nigeria has 8 major seaports: the Apapa, the Tinkan, the Roro, the Port Harcourt, the Onne, the Calabar, and the Warri ports. Participation of Nigerian nationals and companies in the shipping industry is still at its infancy, exhibiting a potentially fledged shipbuilding and repair industry, but it still has a dying and almost non-existent seafarer corps. A vibrant and fully indigenous seafarer corps must have been the mission and vision of the Nigerian government as it set out in 1979, 35 years ago, and about 4 decades now, to establish what is now known as the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron. In its act under Section 3, subsection B, it clearly states that the functions of the Maritime Academy, amongst other things, is to train technical manpower for our ports, marine engineers, workshops,
honorable colleagues, order.
Piloting and navigation, marine insurance, hydrography, and other related services. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it will interest you to note that 35 years later, this objective has not been achieved. The Nigerian Parliament, concerned about the near absence of indigenous seafarers in the maritime sector in 2003, through a legislation at this problem by enacting the cabotage law, which in its section 3 states that vessels within the coastal and territorial waters of Nigeria must be wholly manned by Nigerian citizens. However, the reality remains unchanged, as manpower supply in our domestic and coastal territorial waters remains dominated by foreigners. This poses security and economic threats through loss of employment and other opportunities to our dear country, Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the solution to this problem is not far-fetched. It lies in bridging the gap in the supply of seafarers to our nation's dying seafarer corps. For years now, the Nigerian Maritime and Safety Administration Agency, NIMASA, has tried unsuccessfully, spending over 5 billion naira annually in a desperate attempt to close this gap. This move, analysts have repeatedly described as a waste of taxpayers' money, capital flight, and a drain of the country's external reserves. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, local training and certification of seafarers remains the smartest, fastest, and efficient and most economical avenue of training various levels of personnel required for the running and operation of the nation's maritime industry. Maritime Academy Oron is well positioned to meet this demand once converted to a university. Hence, I present before Parliament today a bill to establish the Maritime University of Nigeria. As we speak today, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, over 10,000 Nigerian cadets who have graduated from Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, still cannot support the Nigerian maritime industry, as international maritime organization standards render them unemployable, as the academy as it stands still lacks the standard certification and accreditation which this bill seeks to provide. However, all hope is not lost, as an upgrade of this academy to a university status will grant these cadets the opportunity to be retrained and properly certified. This bill clearly seeks to encourage further development in a key sector of this country's economy by recognizing the need to quickly address a human capacity deficit in the Nigerian maritime industry that has resulted in a situation where foreigners dominate our shipping operations. My honorable colleagues, I want to encourage you to support this bill. It is a patriotic bill. It is a bill that is bound to give our maritime industry the needed boost it deserves. Thank you.
I am Comrade Innocent Tirsel. I represent Mekan Kwanpana Shandam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by commending my colleague for this bill he has sponsored, which to me is long overdue, if I must say. Mr. Speaker, I think it is very important we consider this bill because today in Nigeria we don't have a marine-related university. And I think it is important, now that we have an existing institution, that is the Oron Maritime Academy, I cannot see any reason why that school, under normal circumstances, be converted into a university. Most of the facilities are there, the structure is okay, and I think they have met virtually all the requirements that is needed for that institution to be.
Honorable Madam Christina Alaga, please approach the chair. Approach the chair, please.
So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this very bill is timely. And just like I have earlier said, it is long overdue. Something has to be done because if you look at our students who study marine and other marine-related courses, today cannot go anywhere other than limiting themselves to Oron Academy, where most of the courses are at diploma and HND levels. Mr. Speaker, if this bill is considered, I think it will make it more easier for our students to do all that it takes, even within the country. Some of us have gone out and we were able to assess some of the maritime academies or universities, I will say. In fact, most of the facilities there are not even up to the one we have within the country. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want to plead that we give an express approval for this very university to be established to make things easier for our students. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, at this stage, we have quite a lot on the order paper. Those in favor of this bill going for second reading, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish the Maritime University of Nigeria, Oron, to transfer to the university the properties of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, and for other matters related thereto. Second reading.
The bill is hereby referred to the Committees on Education and Marine Transport.